So far in the indexing, we discussed various different types of index, right? Pre-coordinate, post-coordinate, keyword indexing, and automated indexing. So moving on from that, today we are going to discuss about citation indexing. Okay. So there are different citation indexing database. So today we will be discussing what is citation and what is citation indexing, and we are going to discuss a specific database called Web of Science. Okay. So we will discuss a Web of Science. If possible, we will do a practical session also on Web of Science. I'll show you how Web of Science works also. Okay. So before that, I will show the theory part. You must know what is citation and how citation indexing works actually. Okay. So I have already mentioned, I think in most of the classes, I have mentioned the concept of citation actually. It symbolizes conceptual association of scientific ideas as recognized by publishing research authors. By the references they cite in the papers, authors make explicit linkages between the current research and prior work. Okay. So citation is nothing but you are giving acknowledgement to the original source. Okay. Let it be an assignment or let it be a term paper or a research article, whatever it may be. If you are taking something from others, you have to provide proper acknowledgement. That means you have to provide proper credit to them. So that credit is provided in the form of citation. So here you see by the references they cite in the paper. So whatever references you provide in your paper, it forms the linkage between current research, that is what you have done, and the previous research, what others have done. So it helps the reader to identify the literature and the research gap. So citation plays a vital role. Okay. And it is very important for other purpose also in order to avoid plagiarism. That is called intellectual theft or academic theft. Okay. This is the concept of citation. So what is the difference between a citation and a reference? Okay, let me explain this with a specific example. So let us consider one research article, paper, we will name that paper as R, okay. R is the name of the paper, okay, just a name, we are naming for example only, this is a hypothetical situation. Contains bibliographical footnote using and describing paper C, okay. See, in the paper R, the paper R, there is a footnote. Footnote is provided at the end of either each page. Okay, references is provided at the end of the manuscript. Okay, so in the footnote or in the references, it is describing. It provides the bibliographic footnote, means it provides the bibliographic details of that paper C. So R is providing a cited reference of paper C. That means what is the situation here? R contains reference to C, C as a citation from R. See the relationship between C and R actually. So I am writing a paper and my paper is R and Abhilash has already written a paper. That paper is C. It is already published. So my research and Abhilash's research are same actually. So what I am doing is in my paper I am citing Abhilash paper. Okay. I am providing references for Abhilash paper because I am taking some part of content from his paper. So my paper is R, Abhilash paper is C. So I am in my reference list, Abhilash paper is included. Simple. That is the example. So that means there are two associations. So R contains a reference to C. That means my paper is R. I am providing a reference to C. That means my paper contains reference to Abhilash paper C. And similarly, vice versa, C has a citation from R. Abhilash has received a citation from Abu. That means C has a citation from R. So the citation of Abhilash paper increases by 1. So this is the relationship when you provide a reference to a paper. So this is a specific example. So the number of references a paper is measured by the number of items in its bibliography as endnotes or footnotes and so on. Okay. So how many references you are providing at the end of the manuscript is measured by the number of items in the bibliography. Okay. Now how many references you have provided? So for example, in my paper, I might have referred Abhilash paper. I might have also referred Ritesh paper. So now depending upon the area of research, I might have provided references to many number of papers. So those items are measured in terms of how many bibliography you have mentioned in your paper. Okay. So the number of citations a paper is found by looking up in a citation index. Okay. See, now in the example, paper C got a citation from R. So paper C, we will take it as Abhilash paper. Paper R is Abu paper. So I have mentioned Abhilash paper in the bibliography reference. That means I have provided credit to Abhilash. That means Abhilash has received a citation from Abu. So in order to check how many citations Abhilash has received, there need to be a citation index. Okay. So similarly, Abhilash paper might have received citation from other papers also. If Ritesh is writing a paper, he might also refer Abhilash paper. So from Abu he has received one citation, from Ritesh also he might have received citation. So similarly the citation will increase if others will mention the paper, right? So in order to see the number of citations, we need to have a citation index. Okay. So this is the concept of what you call citation. This is the concept of citation and citation index. See, this is a pictorial example of what is a reference and what is a citation. See, this first one is paper. This first one is paper R. That is my paper, and paper C is Abhilash paper. This is an example. Okay. In paper R, see, in paper R, this is the in-text citation and this is the reference. So that means this reference is the paper title, bibliographical detail of paper C actually. Okay. So R contains a reference to C. So paper R is Abu, paper C is Abhilash. So Abu is providing reference to Abhilash paper. That means C has received a citation from R. That is the relationship between two papers in terms of citation. Okay. So I am writing a paper R and I am referring paper C, Abhilash paper for citation. Okay. And I am referring it, I am providing citation to that paper and references at the end. So that means Abhilash paper has received one citation from my paper, that is R. So this is a example of how citation works actually. Okay. See, now we are talking about citation index. So paper C is whose paper? It is Abhilash paper. Okay. So paper R is my paper, Abu paper. So Abhilash has received, paper C has received one citation from paper R. Similarly, he has received from paper Y, paper X. It might be X, might be Ritesh or some other author. So that means paper C has 4 citations. So among the 4 citations, paper R is my paper. I have provided one citation for him, right? So similarly, n number of papers can refer their paper, refer other papers. Similarly, the citation will increase. So we need a proper citation index to see that one paper has got how many citations. Okay, in order to measure the number of citations received by a particular paper or an institution or author, whoever it may be, we need to have a structured citation index. So I hope you understood the concept of citation and citation index. Okay, this is a simple example of citation and citation index. Okay, so citation index indexes the citation of an article, linking the article with cited works. As I mentioned earlier, a citation index is essential because what it does is it indexes all the citations received by the article along with the cited works. Okay, whatever works the article has cited and whatever citation it has received. Okay, it links and it forms an index. So it is originally designed mainly for the literature search for the researcher to find subsequent article that cite a given article. So it is the basic idea behind the citation index is to help the researchers in searching for literature. Okay. So if the paper is highly cited means that paper has some good value, that has some good contribution to that particular field. Okay. And based on the citation patterns, you can analyze what are the related papers that I've cited. So if I am citing Abhilash paper means I am from library science field, so he also must be from that field. In that way, you can find the related paper that I have cited, right? That I have cited a particular article. So this is the core idea behind citation index. So this first indexing, citation indexing, was first invented by Dr. Eugene Garfield. Okay. So example of a citation indexing is ISI, Institute of Scientific Information. Okay. Now it is taken over by Clarivate Analysis. So that Clarivate Analysis maintains a database called Web of Science. And similarly, there are other citation indexing databases also, like Scopus, like Google Scholar. So there are many others, but Web of Science Scopus are the widely recognized citation and indexing database. Okay. So today we are going to discuss only about Web of Science. Okay. So ISI, in the ISI, as I told you, that is the ISI is the founder of ISI is the owner of Web of Science actually. Now the name, now it is taken over by Clarivate Analytics. So earlier, while it was established, the name was ISI. So it indexed the linkages by listing both the cited and citing works. So what do you mean by cited and citing works? I will show this with an example, then you will be you will be able to understand. Okay, whatever the paper as provided at the end of the manuscript in the name of references, that is cited. So that paper in which others are going to cite, that is citing. Okay, I will explain this with a specific example with an image so that you can understand. See, the ISI database contains what do you say, three major databases, but there are many other databases. Not only these three, there are many other. I will show you, but these three are very major. Science Citation Index, SCI, they call it as SCI. Social Science Citation Index, A and HCI, they will call it like this, A and HCI, Arts and Humanities Citation Index. Okay. So, and there are many other like Emerging Source Citation Index, and there are many other. I will show what are those. Okay. So, the Science Citation Index give preference to science and technology articles. Similarly, Social Science for SSCI. Arts and Humanities is for arts and humanities journals, so they will index like that. So when a researcher asks whether his paper is indexed in Web of Science or SCI or SSCI or something like that, this is the meaning actually. In which particular source of Web of Science it is indexed. Okay, I am writing a paper in Library Science. It might be most probably I will be writing for a Library Science journal, right? So the Library Science either falls in social science or even in arts and humanities. So my paper might be, if the journal is indexed in arts and humanities, so my paper might come under this category, A and HCI. Sometimes if I am writing an integration of computer technology with library, means that journal might have integrated in SCI. Okay, that means my paper will fall in SCI category. So depending upon the status and nature of the domain of the journal, they are classified accordingly. Okay, science, social science, arts and humanities, these are the core groups, and there are other citation index also. Okay, in order to provide separate and in order to provide citation details for separate discipline, they have classified like that. Okay, so now I am going to show you the actual representation of Web of Science database. Okay, let us see how Web of Science database actually works. Okay, with some examples also. So this is how a journal publication looks like. What does journal publish? They will publish research articles, review letters or something. So we will take a simple and a sample of journal publication. Okay, let us take, this is a research paper. See, in the top they have given, this is called as research paper. So this is how a research paper will look like. So title is there, author details are there, their affiliations are there, and then the information about the article is there, abstract and introduction, and other sections will be there. Okay, so this is the structure. Okay, a sample. Oh, let us see this with some specific examples. Okay, see, this part is the title. This part is the title and the author details. Okay, this part is the title and the author details. Okay, and this is the end part of the manuscript, where they have given, this is a citation, in-text citation. This is how they cite in-text citation. Okay, ETAL, they are using it because if there is more than two authors, they will use this terminology. ETAL, that means there are more than two authors. Depending upon the citation style, the in-text citation and reference format will vary. So when you read about citation styles, you will understand. Okay. So this is how the references are provided at the end. For these are in-text citations. Whatever you are seeing in the blue color are in-text citation. So whatever you are seeing in the references are the list of sources that have been cited in the text. So this is the text. This part is the text, and these are the sources that have been cited in the text. This is a detail of these sources. Okay, that detail is provided at the end. That is called references. So main idea behind references is to engage the reader to look out for further sources. Okay, so these are the sources that have influenced your research. Okay, these are the previous work. Okay, in order to showcase the previous work. So now I am going to show you what is citing publication and what is cited publication. See, whatever the references, as I mentioned earlier, whatever the references that have been mentioned in the article, that is cited. That means it has already cited. That this article has provide references to all other articles which he has referred, right? So these are called cited publication. So when you are writing a new article, when you are going to publish, when you are going to use this publication, it becomes a citing publication. So understand the difference. Okay, so citing means this particular title. This particular title, if you are going to provide reference, means in your article, it is a citing publication. Whatever article this particular article has referenced, as provided in its references, that becomes a cited publication. Okay, I hope you understood the difference between citing and cited publications. Okay, this image will be useful for better understanding. Okay, see, citation has two meanings in terms of library usage. Okay, what do you mean by that? A bibliographic item of a work. We all know what is bibliographic item, right? In case of a journal article, which includes the title, publication details, author names, data of sources, volume, issue, etc. A quotation which author has received in a paper published by other researcher. Okay, so there are two meanings in library usage. One is in the context of bibliographical item. Second is a quotation. That means an author, in case of R and C, Abhilash and Abu, and Abhilash has received a citation from Abu. There are two literal meanings for citation in the context of using library. So now we are coming into Web of Science, a research platform from Thomson Reuters. Now it is not in Thomson Reuters. Please remember that it is taken over by Clarivate Analytics. Okay. So if they ask in the NET examination, please remember that Web of Science is maintained by Clarivate Analytics. If you go to the official page of Web of Science, you can see that. Thomson Reuters is the old name. Okay. So formerly is ISI Web of Knowledge. So different databases. There are different databases available on Web of Science. Some of them are Core Collection, Chinese Citations, Chinese Science Citation Database, Korean Journal Database, Celio Citation Index. Okay, so depending upon the university, depending upon the institution, what it subscribes, we will be able to see. Our university is having access. Our university, Central University of Punjab, is having access to Web of Science Core Collection only. Okay, so depending upon the access and subscription, we will get to see. So because every database is very costly, individual cannot afford to subscribe it. Only institution can subscribe it. It is more than 10 lakhs actually, one database. So it is very costly because the quality of content indexed in Web of Science is very high, and it is very costly. It is widely used database. So depending upon, because even one university cannot subscribe all, because every database is costly. So what we need, we have to subscribe. Okay, so our university is subscribing Web of Science Core Collection. So there are different databases. That's what I want to say. So what do you mean by Web of Science Core Collection? It is a multidisciplinary bibliographic database. Okay, I have told you about in the types of research what is multidisciplinary, right? So it indexes all kinds of research, includes full bibliographic information and citation searching. Okay, it includes full bibliographic information and citation searching. Remember one thing, Web of Science does not provide you with full text. Remember, it is a citation and indexing database. That means it provides the citation and bibliographical details only, not the full text. If the article is available in open access, then you can get the full text easily. If it is not in open access, you will get only the citation details. Remember that, okay? It is updated every week. Web of Science is updated every week, and it contains the core collection. Sorry, and we are talking about core collection. Web of Science consists of many databases like this. Core collection is one of the database of Web of Science. Okay, so core collection is consists of 5 indexes. Okay, so it depending upon what you say, depending upon again these 5 indexes you have to purchase separately. Okay, this is an example of this university. Okay, Semmelweis University, they are subscribing to all the 5 index, but our university is not subscribing to all the 5 index. Okay, our university is subscribing to only 3: science citation, social science, and arts. And now there is a new index called Emerging Source Citation Index, ESCI. They call it as ESCI because these arts humanities, SCI and SSCI, all of them are what do you say? All of them are having top quality, high quality journals indexed in the databases. Emerging sources, what do you say, whichever new journal comes and which are doing well, they will give a chance in Web of Science. Only the top emerging journals. Okay, if the journal quality is good, and they will move to science or social science depending upon the subject. Okay, so emerging means what do you say? It is not as the same quality as SCI, SSCI. Only newcomers. They are encouraging new journals. That is the context. Okay. So that is also indexed in Web of Science. So that is not same as SCI, SSCI, and AHA, because these 3 are of top quality and high quality journals. They will be having high quality publications. Okay. Emerging contains newcomers journals. They are giving time. Okay, that if they have identified new journals which are doing good, and which are publishing good articles, means directly they won't index in SCI, SSCI. So they will first give a chance in emerging source, and based on that, if the quality is good and consistency is maintained, they will move to the further step, either to SCI or SSA depending upon the subject. See, on conference proceedings, in some conferences proceedings are even indexed in Web of Science. Okay, so they have provided a citation index for conference proceedings for science as well as social science. Okay, some conferences, that's why while you are writing for a conference also, you should see whether it is indexed or not. If it is indexed, means it is good actually. That means the quality of the conference and the quality of the publication will be good. The peer review process, everything will be good. So these are the major database contained in Web of Science. They have missed out ESCI because they are not subscribing, and our university, Central University of Punjab, is having 3 only: science, social science, arts and humanities. As I have mentioned, everything is very costly. So it is difficult for even an institution to subscribe each and everything. So what are the value added services? There are different tools you can make use of in Web of Science actually, but you need to register it. So you can create a user profile. You can create a user profile, private user profile. Like you are creating an account in Gmail, right? If your university is having subscription to Web of Science, we can create our own account in Web of Science, and we can have our own profile, okay? And we can save our searches. Whatever search we are doing in the Web of Science, if we are having an account, we can easily save it. So I will show that in the PPT, and as well as if possible in the practical as well. Okay. And RSS feed. What do you mean by RSS feed? It is a rich site summary or real site syndication. It is simple. It is kind of an alerting services. It is a Web 2.0 technology. It is an alerting services. Whenever a new information or a new article, a new publication is published or added, you will automatically get alert. Okay, RSS feeds will help you to provide alert if you just subscribe to it. Citation alerts, again similarly you can get citation alerts also. So if you are following a particular article, means if you want to know more about this article, if you want to know whether any other article has cited this article, means when you have created an alert, automatically they will send it to your mail ID, registered mail ID. This article today has received 2 citations, new citations, like that. EndNote is a online and software, reference management software. You can use it online as well as you can download it. Okay, but it is not free. I think you might have heard about Mendeley. I think some of you might have attended my webinar on Mendeley, right? So you might have at least have the least idea about what Mendeley is. EndNote is also similar to Mendeley only. It is a reference management system. But what you say, it is not free. It is not free. You have to purchase it separately. Okay. You have to purchase it separately. It is not free. Okay. So Mendeley is free. It is same only. Researcher ID is like an ORCID ID. Okay, what you say? It is an ORCID ID. It is given for every researcher. So whoever has a publication in Web of Science Index means they will be identifying based on this particular ID only. Okay. It is an academic identity. It is an academic identity for the researcher. Okay. That means a book is having ISBN, right? A book is having ISBN, right? Similarly, a researcher who is, what do you say, who is having publication indexed in Web of Science will have a unique separate researcher ID. So because, for example, Ritesh, there will be many people like Ritesh, right? Ritesh Kumar, there will be many people. He is from library science, one might be from biology. How will you differentiate, right? So this ID will help to differentiate with the same names. So this Ritesh, this ID is for Ritesh from library science only. This ID is for Ritesh from botany only, like that. So that will help you, because when people are searching, if I am searching for the publications of Ritesh, I will get all the Ritesh, whoever is indexed, whoever has publications in Web of Science. So it will be difficult. If I have the ID means, it will be easy. Oh, this ID is belong to the, Ritesh from library science. It is easy to identify. That is why this academic identity is very much important. Similarly, the same way how ISBN is important for books and ISSN and DOI. Okay, similar to that. Okay. It is a number, alphanumerical digit number. Okay, simple as that. So I have provided, what you say, a screenshot of our library, CUP, our Central University of Punjab library, e-resource screenshot only. You see in the last, our university is subscribing to Web of Science as well as Scopus also. In the next class, I will show you about Scopus, and today we are going to discuss about Web of Science only. So our university also is subscribing to Web of Science. So this is what I want to show you, because I don't know whether you have gone through our university website and seen the library web page or not, but I want to show you here. Our university has access to Web of Science. Okay. So now we are coming to the practical. Okay, I am just going to show you a screenshot of all the Web of Science platform, how it looks like, and then I will take you directly to Web of Science. Okay, so please observe this carefully. So this is how Web of Science will look like. Okay, when you go in, when you click this link, when you click this link means in the library campus you can directly, when we are in Central University of Punjab means we can directly access. When we click this link, it will directly take us to this page only. So this is how Web of Science platform looks like. This is the home page of Web of Science platform. Here you can see all databases. See, these are the, what do you call, these are the menus. These are the menus. Like we can see EndNote. I have told you about EndNote, right? And JCR, Journal Citation Report. It provides the impact factor and the reports of every journal. Okay, the citation received by each journal. So I will tell you what is impact factor in the next class. Today we will be dealing about H index only. Impact factor I will tell you in the next class. Okay. So see. So these are the different areas I am highlighting, nothing else. Okay. So in now what we have to do is we have to select. I told you there are many databases in Web of Science, right? Like core collection, like Korean database, Chinese citation database, everything. So now what we have to do is we need Web of Science core collection only. So now we have to select Web of Science. So how to do that? See, there is an icon called all databases. So when we click that, we will get the list of all the databases subscribed by our institution. Only whatever is subscribed by our institution, it will be visible. So here we have to select Web of Science core collection. So once we selected that, it will take us to the core collection. See, here we can see the core collection, right? It will take us to the core collection. Again, it will show the different kinds of core collection, different kinds of indexes available in the core collection. So this university is having access to all the 5, right? But our university is not having access. Our university have access only to 3 only. Okay, in our university you will see only these three, not the other two. Okay, and in India, the what do you say, the access is from 1989 only. So this is from Hungary, so they are having access from 75. In India, we have access only from 1989. Okay, so this is the core collection, and see, these are the different kinds of databases. Now we are going to see the different search options like basic search, cited reference search, and what is advanced search. Okay, so in basic search, you can search by topic, author, or DOI number, or publication year, or address, and other fields, etc. So these are the different kinds of basic search options available. So topic search, title search. If you know the title means, you can directly type the title and search. If you know the author, you can directly type the author. Similarly, if you know the year, or if you know the funding agency, or whatever, if you know the accession number, you can search it. So depending upon the nature of your query, you can search accordingly. There are different fields for searching. So these are the different filters. Okay. So these are the search tips. That means search strategies. Different kinds of search strategies. So I will be taking search strategies yeah, in the forthcoming classes as a separate topic. Okay. It is a separate topic. How to do effective searching in internet as well as in subject specific databases. Okay. So this is just an overview, just to see this. So truncation symbols and wild cards. Okay, truncation symbols and wild characters. Okay, and operators like boolean and or not near. Okay, these are the different things you can use for searching. Okay, so truncation, wild card. What do you say? Truncation and wild card. What do you say in truncation? If for example, if you forget anything, if you forget the word means, for example, library, like if you want to search related to library or something, you forget the spelling, let us say LIBR, that is what you remember. So but you not only want information about library, you also want information about librarians, libraries, librarian information center, and whatever the terminology associated with LIBR. You need not to type the full word LIBR. After that, you give a asterisk. That means what it will take is like this. You can give an asterisk. What it will take is LIBR. What are the possible meaningful English sentences it will take and search accordingly. It will provide the results. For what are the other words? What are the possible words you can frame from LIBR? Library. Okay, library. LIBRARY. Library you can frame. Librarian you can frame. Okay, libraries you can frame. Library and information centers will be there. So see how many possibilities you are searching with a single truncation symbol. If you want to search for librarian, library, it should be separate, right? So when you are using truncation operator, you are just providing a single query. You are searching with different possibilities. Okay, in the search strategy, I will explain with specific examples in detail, so don't worry about it. So AND operator, it's a Boolean operator. In order to combine words or exclude words, you can use this phrased searching. They have given double quotation and. That means hearing loss and diabetes should be near to each other, should be combined. The article should contain both the words hearing loss as well as diabetes. Okay. Only hearing loss, if it is there, it should not come. Only diabetes, if it is there, it should not come. And there should not be adult. If hearing loss and diabetics in adult means that article should not come. They are excluding adult by using not operator. Simple. Adult again they have used a truncation operator. Again, what are the words which can be framed after adult? Adulteration. Okay, adults. So whatever meaningful words are there, it will include all that also. Okay. So this is the basic search icon. So here you have to click this, and this is a topic search, and you can use truncation symbols like this and operators for refining your search. So this is and or and not operator they have used, and truncation symbol asterisk they have used. This is where you will see the different kinds of fields you can search, right? Different kinds of areas you can search, like topic, title. If you want, you can add other field also, another search query also. See, now we are after typing our this is called search query. This part is called search query. and this part is called the area or the field which we have used for filter, which we have used for our search. So we are searching on topic filter, and now we are going to click search. Once we click that, we will get the result. This is the result. This is how the result will look like. Okay, the title of the article, all are the details. Okay, so we will see that with the examples. The results is around 497, right? So now I'll show you a specific example. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, this is the same article which is highlighted in the box actually. So this is called a bibliographical item. You don't see the full text. You will never get the full text in Web of Science. Only the bibliographical item. So based on this only, people are doing bibliometric studies. Okay, analyzing the bibliographical details of publications. So simple. Using Web of Science database. If you read a research article from like this, they are using database from this only. So this is a bibliographic item. See, so I have taken this bibliographical item and I'll show you the examples. See, here you can see things like time cited. That means this article has received 0 citations. So far there is no citation from this article. That too in Web of Science core collection only. There are other collections also. Like I said, Chinese and Chinese citation, CLU index and other index. In core collection, it received only 0 citation, and there is an option for full text. If the university is subscribing to it, you will get full text. If not, you won't get full text, and you can always view abstract. When you click, the abstract will be there. Okay, so results list, you can refine, process and analyze the results according to your need actually. Okay, so this option, this part is called refined results. Okay, you can refine this by according to document type, according to authors, like that you can refine it. You can process your records. How will you process means, either you want to download it in Excel format or save it to EndNote. If you are having an EndNote account, you can save it to directly. That is processing. Okay, and if you want, you can sort also. You can sort. These are the things you can sort. If you want, here you see the citation is here you see the citation is lowest, 0. Everything is having 0. And if you sort out, if you want, you can change it in from time cited high. If you want to see the highest citation, you can change it here. Time cited highest to lowest. If you want from alphabetical order of authors from A to Z, you can sort it according to your convenience. Or if you want publication date from the recent publication first and the oldest publication last, means you can sort it like that. It is like an arrangement, right? And based on that, you can analyze results. So this analysis, they call it as bibliometrics, right? They are analyzing the bibliographical details of publications. I think now you will understand the concept of bibliometrics. Okay, they are analyzing the bibliographical details. So where will you get bibliographical details of all the publications? From these kind of citation databases only. So that is why most of the studies are using Web of Science or Scopus or something like this, because they index only high quality publication. Not all. You can use Google Scholar also, but the problem in Google Scholar is it will contain all the articles. But here Web of Science have a rigorous review process. Only high quality, top quality journals will be indexed. So see, so this is the article we are going to see, and when we click this article, when I click this article, it will take it will provide information about this particular article. Here the title and the full details about all the authors, how many times it is cited, and the abstract and the keywords plus as well, and all other details we will get it. See, so when I click time cited, to find out who cited this paper in Web of Science core collection. So if there are 160 times this, that means this paper has received 160 citations from other papers. So when you click that, you can see the other papers also. In this way, you can search for related literature. Okay, this is the best way to search for related literature. Within this particular subject, we can search for other literature which have cited the subject. See, there is a difference between this one and this one. All time cited means in all other databases, including other databases like Chinese and whatever databases Web of Science provides, everything. This one, it is only showing in the core collection only. Core collection, as I told you, it is science citation, art citation, humanities, emerging source, conference proceedings and others. Whereas whole Web of Science has core collection, Chinese citation collection and other. Okay, Celio collection and everything. So there might be papers in other collections also. That also I have cited. So that is. So here you see in core collection 160, here you can see 162. So there is a difference. So two papers outside core collection have also cited this particular publication. So that is the difference. So access to full text, I have told you, access to full text depends upon whether our institution is subscribing to that particular journal or not. Still, if you want that full text, you can always search in Google Scholar. Sometimes they provide, what you say, sometimes they provide full text. Okay, if the article is in open access, right? See, this is the address, affiliation details of the author. Okay, this is the affiliation details from what is their name, which country they are from, and which institution they are from. So you can do analysis, right? That means authors from this country has more publication in the field of diabetics. Author from this institution has more publication in field of diabetics. This is how you draw conclusion and inferences based on this data. These are called data, right? Bibliographical data. Okay, this is RC. This is called researcher ID, a unique number given to each. What do you say? Unique number given to each researcher who has item in Web of Science. RCID is also a unique number. Okay, you can also link up your RCID account with the Scopus as well as Web of Science. Okay, that is a unique number. Researcher ID is exclusive for Web of Science only. So this is the publisher details. So where this article is published, the journal details, or whatever it is. If it is a conference, proceeding details and everything. So this is called a basic search using topic. Now we are going to search using an author name. Okay. I have a name called Kollai with an initial M is typed, and now just click search. So you will get the results of that particular author only. Okay. Now, so yeah, that author has published 127 papers. He might have published more than 127, but the papers which are indexed in Web of Science only, it is included. Remember that. He has 500 papers, but only his 127 publications are included in Web of Science. So that is what we are seeing. Okay, that doesn't mean that some papers might in Scopus also, some papers might in both also. Okay, remember that this is not the final output. This is the output of the author in Web of Science only. Remember like that. Okay, so there is an option called creating citation report. When we click that, we will get graphs like this. See how good it is. So these are the data. From this you can do many analysis, many research. Okay. You can do a particular author. You can take a good author in a particular field and you can do a complete analysis about that author also. This is possible using these databases. See how sophisticated and how comfortable the data they are providing. This is the citation report of the author. So every items in the sense the research published, either the article or the book chapter or whatever it may be. Okay, they are calling it as items in each year. From year, in 1 year they might have published 3 publication. In this year he has published highest publication. Okay, so similarly they have drawing a graph, and they are providing the details of H index also. I will tell you how to calculate H index also, don't worry. See, everything I highlighted here. See, this is the full details. Okay. So here H index, in the previous slide you see the H index is 28. How 28 came? We will see. H index is, what do you mean by H index? Is nothing but it is a measure. It is a measure to analyze the impact of a researcher. Okay, it is a measure to analyze the impact of the researcher or institution, whatever it may be. So if your H index score is good, means that means the researcher is good actually. If your H index score is high, means the researcher is he is good in his area. H index is a score based on the score. For example, in marks, if you say you got 90 out of 100, means that 90 decides that you are good student, right? Similarly, H index is a number that decides the quality of an author. Okay, but we cannot always say that H index will determine the quality, because it is just based on a formula only. But there is a debate going on. But remember like this, H index reveals the impact of the author in that particular field. So for this author, the H index is 28. So you see how 28 is calculated. All the papers have what do you say, all the papers here, this 27 25 is the serial number of the paper. That means this is his 27th paper, 26th paper. This paper has received 29 citations, this paper has received 29 citations. So when the number of items from the number of items 28 and 28 are equal, that means that is his H index. In other words, and when you come to 29, the citation is less. They have arranged according to the time cited from highest to lowest, right? That means the first 28 papers of this particular author has more than 28 citations. That means his H index is 28. So the 29th paper is 27, maybe his 30th paper is 26 citations or something like that. This is the order of the paper. This is the number of citations received by each paper, this column. Okay, so see, 28 is equal to 28. Sometimes it may not be equal also, but when the order is less, when the citation is less than the number of paper, whatever is equal to that will be the H index. In other words, a author has in how we can say this, the author has 28 papers which has more than 28 citations. All the 28 papers are more than 28 citations, and the remaining papers are having less than 28 citations. So the H index is 28. Hope you understand this, and I will show this in the practical also. Don't worry about it. Okay, I will show this with a specific and simple example. And this is how they calculate H index. I will show this in an example also. So don't worry about it. It's just a number. Okay. I will show this with a specific tabular example so you can understand it better. Don't worry. I am just showing this in the Web of Science. So these are the different search options, right? Now we will see cited reference search. We saw what is basic search. Cited reference, search for articles that have cited previously published work. So we are going to search for articles which have cited other works, other previously published works. So how to do that? So here there is basic search. Instead of that, we have to click cited reference search. Okay, when we click that, it will ask again the step one. In the step one, what you do is you enter information about the cited work. Okay, there are fields which are connected using Boolean operator, and or not near, something like that. Okay, so here Kollai is the cited author. If you have what do you say? If you have the example of if you have the example of journal, if you want to look for a particular journal, a particular source or particular work, you can type it here. Okay, and if you want the year, they want the year period from 1975 to 2001. Only for this particular year range they want it. That too, the work of this particular author. See, this is the cited reference work. This is the search results. Here there are different kinds of results coming because this author has integrated with others also. Here this is our appropriate finding. See, this is what this particular thing is what we want. This particular author is what we want. See how many duplicates are there. This is what we want. So what we will do is we will just mark this checkbox and we will just click. See, this is the full record for the number of citing documents. So this is how you do a cited reference search. So number of quotations in Web of Science core collection database, and this is number of citations in all other databases. So here both are same only. In core collection also 29, other databases also 29. Okay, that means all the citations are received in core collection only. In other databases there is no new citations. So these are the citing articles 29. So I told you the difference between citing article and cited references. Okay. So this is the detail about all time cited counts. Okay. So now we are going to see advanced search settings. Uh, these are the advanced search. You can integrate different fields. Okay, I told you there are, what do you say? I told you there are different filters you can use. TS is for topic, and you can integrate using AND operator, and OG is for institution, not. You can again use not operator for topic. So like that you can combine more than one fields. So this is what search history. When you if you want to see your search history, you need to register yourself as a member. Then only you can see this. So search history means yesterday you might have conducted a search, and you due to some emergency you have closed it and you gone, and today you want to, instead of again searching newly, you can just go to search history and you can retrieve it. Yesterday your search, so automatically you can retrieve from your search history. Yesterday, whatever search you conducted in Web of Science, you can automatically retrieve. And if you want, so this user has three searches, three search histories. If you want, you can combine all the three search also. And if you want, you can just integrate it by just selecting this one. If you want, you can combine 1, 2, 3 also, depending upon your requirements, right? So search history is very useful. Whatever you have searched, it automatically be stored in your search history. So this is how H index is calculated. Times cited high. In one example, we saw automatically the time cited from 0. That means it is showing from low. Here they have changed it from time cited highest to lowest. That means in that 103 results, whichever article has got the highest citations will come first. Okay. Others will come from the descending order. This is the most highest cited publication in the results list. Okay. So this is how you combine the different search results. Okay. I have given this PPT. This is still not practical. This is a PPT of a step-by-step tutorial. Okay. So when you have access to Web of Science, you can use this PPT as a tool guide to search how to do a search in Web of Science. Okay. This is the references which are used to prepare this particular presentation. So kindly go to this reference for a detailed understanding.